My father used to tell me stories every night before sleep. But there was one story he told only once, because he said it was meant to be remembered forever. I still remember that night clearly. The kerosene lamp flickered softly, shadows dancing on the wall as my father cleared his throat and said, "Listen carefully, my son. This is the story of a bird who had everything and lost it before he learned what truly mattered. Long ago, in a forest so alive it seemed to breathe, there lived a bird named Pip. Pip was admired by everyone. He had strong wings, glossy feathers that shimmered in the sun, and a sharp eye that always found the ripest berries before anyone else. While other birds searched all day, Pip would return early, his beak stained red with sweet fruit. But Pip had a flaw. He never shared. Whenever smaller birds chirped politely, asking for just one berry, Pip would laugh. "I worked for these," he'd say proudly. "Fly harder. Search better. Don't depend on me." Soon, Pip's branch became a lonely place. Birds stopped visiting. Still, he didn't care. His belly was full, and his pride was even fuller. "Why should I share what I earned?" he often thought. Seasons passed, and Pip grew even more confident, almost arrogant. He believed his wings would always carry him, his strength would never fail. Then one afternoon, everything changed. Pip spotted a rare cluster of berries growing beyond the forest edge, near a sharp cliff where the wind howled fiercely. Without hesitation, he flew toward them. He ignored the warning cries of other birds. As he reached for the berries, a sudden gust slammed into him. Crack! Pip felt a sharp pain shoot through his wing. He spiraled downward, crashing into thorny bushes below. When he finally opened his eyes, the sky above him felt painfully far away. He tried to flap. Nothing. Pain burned through his wing. Pip tried again harder. Still nothing. For the first time in his life, Pip could not fly. Days passed. Hunger gnawed at him. The berries he once guarded so fiercely were now out of reach. Weak and desperate, Pip began to call out. "Please, help me," he croaked. Birds passed overhead. Some slowed down. Some looked. But many kept flying. "That's the bird who never shared," they whispered. "He laughed at us. He turned us away." Pip felt something heavier than hunger settle in his chest. Shame. One evening, a small bird landed nearby. She had once begged Pip for food. Pip lowered his head. "I was wrong," he said quietly. "I thought strength meant keeping everything for myself." The small bird studied him for a long moment, then dropped a berry beside him. "Strength," she said softly, "is remembering others when you have more than enough." Slowly, word spread. Birds began to bring Pip food one berry at a time. Not because they forgot what he'd done, but because they chose compassion. As Pip healed, he learned patience, gratitude, humility. When his wing finally mended, Pip flew again, but he was no longer the same bird. Now, whenever berries were plenty, Pip shared first. And whenever a hungry bird passed by, Pip remembered what it felt like to look up from the ground and hope someone cared. My father's voice softened as he finished the story. He looked at me and said, "Pride can lift you high, my son, but kindness is what keeps you from falling alone." That night, I didn't just fall asleep. I understood. Moral. What we refuse to share today may be what we beg for tomorrow. Kindness is never wasted.